This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Perek Aleph, Mishna Beis. Shimon HaTzadik haya mishiori Knesses HaGedolah. Hu haya omer, al shloisha dvorim ha'olam omed, al ha'Torah, v'al ha'avodah, v'al gemilos chasadim. Shimon HaTzadik said that the creation of the world was created for these three things: Torah, Avodah, and Gemilos Chasadim. That's the purpose of creation. Those are the foundations upon which the world rests. One of them is Gemilos Chasadim. It brings to mind an interesting question that is raised regarding Noach. It says when Noach was about to be taken out of the Teva, it says, the Pasuk says that Vayiskar Elokim es Noach, the Rebbeinu Shalom remembered Noach. What did he remember about Noach? Ma zechira niskar, shezanu pirnes oisam kol shnei masar chodesh b'teva. The Rebbeinu Shalom remembered the schus that Noach had, that Noach, he sustained all the creatures in the Teva for these 12 months of the Mabul. And it seems to be incredible. They built a Teva to save the remnants of humanity, of the world, of mankind, of all the creatures. The Rishoyim, they were all destroyed in the Mabul. The flood destroyed all of the Rishoyim. The wicked people were destroyed. The world was destroyed. This was all that was left from the world, from civilization. And the purpose of the Teva and the Nisim, the great miracles that happened during this 12 months, was to save this remnant of civilization. And the Mabul is over. So it should be natural, it should be something that comes naturally and automatically, that when the Mabul is over, they are let out of the Teva, and they come out to inhabit the world. But no, Noach needed a special schus. Noach needed a special schus. Rabbi Shalom Vayiskar, he remembered the schus, the chesed that Noach did for 12 months, that he sustained all of the creatures in the Teva. Why does he need this special schus? And we know that Noach was a tzaddik. That Noach was a tzaddik, and that's why he was saved. And he built the Teva b'mesiras nefesh. Even though the Rishonim, they said that we see him going to the Teva, we'll kill him, we'll smash the Teva. He built it b'mesiras nefesh. He was a tzaddik. So why was a special schus needed? But perhaps the pshat is, as we see in this Mishna, al shloisha dvorim ha'olam omed, al Torah avodah gemilos chasadim. There's a new world was created. And the foundation of that new world had to be chesed. Olam chesed yibone, zok David HaMelech in Tehillim. Olam chesed yibone. The world has to be created, is created upon chesed. Noach was saved, and Noach was a tzaddik. But how is this new world going to be created? How is this new world, what foundation is it going to rest upon? The fact that Noach was a tzaddik, that saved him from the Mabul. But what is the foundation upon which this world is going to rest? How is this new world going to be created? How is it going to be built? There had to be a foundation of chesed. Vayiskar Elokim es Noach was reminded of the chesed that he did, that he sustained them. He sustained them with mesiras nefesh for these 12 months in the Teva. That was the chesed. That was the foundation of chesed. Now the world can be built. Now they can come out of the Teva, and upon that foundation build a new world. To create something, to build something that's enduring, has to be built on Torah, Avodah, and Gemilos Chasadim. Many times when there is an upheaval, Rahman Islam, when there's turmoil, when there are nisyonos. And people have a tendency to seek shelter, to run for cover, to withdraw into themselves, and to be inwardly focused. I remember several years ago there was a financial crisis, and there was a tendency to be inwardly focused. People were losing money, and companies were going bankrupt. There was an upheaval. Meisters were having a terrible time. But there was, amongst a few, that took the lead and said, to save these meisters, we have to now put out, even though there's Mesiras Nefesh involved, now there's a time not to be focused inward. Now, when the meisters are having such a difficult time, when there's such a challenge, it's the time to open up with chesed. And that will enable us to rebuild and to build further and higher and stronger, particularly in times of upheaval and crisis. Olam chesed yibana, to extend the hand, to be meiser nefesh, to open up and to give. I'm reminded of when my mother, Al Hashem, was nifter, and after the Patira, my late father, it was a very difficult time. But he said one day, last night I had a dream. And I don't know where and how this came about, but I had a dream, and the pasuk Olam Chesed Yibona came to me in this dream, and I don't know why. It's not a pasuk that I regularly recite, and it just came to me, this pasuk of Olam Chesed Yibona. And then I was thinking of Mommy, and I had a nechama, that she is in a good place because she was the epitome of chesed. And she has a new world, and she has a very good place in Olam Haba because she was the epitome of chesed. And in truth, my parents were Holocaust survivors. After the Holocaust, of course, they went through the Gehenna they were in the camps, and they had the indescribable Gehenna that they went through, and they came to Canada penniless and rebuilding. And most of the people, many of the people, had an attitude that they suffered enough, and they were very inwardly focused. But they were zeicha, my parents were zeicha, to be amongst those, the Giborim, that as soon as they had the yechelis, when they had the ability, the possibility, they extended. They're Isaac in Chasadim, building meisters, and all kinds of chesed. And they rebuilt their world. And they were part of building and rebuilding the world around, the entire world, in America, Canada, around the world. And that's how the world is created. And that's how worlds are built. With chesed, Torah, Avodah, Gemilas Chasadim, with chesed, and particularly after times of crisis, Rahman al-Islam, times of nisyonos, times of upheaval, when the natural tendency is to draw inward and to close up, to extend with chesed, with Mesiras Nefesh. That's how worlds are created and built, and that's how Torah is built. We should all be zeicha.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.